Hey guys, today I am going to be repotting a bunch of my plants into pond. I did get some self-watering pots, and the only limit I have right now is the bucket of pond. I don't know how far that's going to get me, but I thought today you could join me, we can chat, and yeah, so stay tuned. Okay, so today I have quite a few that I want to transfer into pond. Oh, by the way, thank you for joining. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so much for continuing to watch. And yeah, so today I have quite a few that I want to transfer into pond. I have 12 pots. I'm only going to do the little ones. I just bought these little self-watering. I don't know if you can see, it's got that bottom piece there. So they're not the fancy ones, but they're gonna do the trick. I did do, let me just show you this guy here. My Anthurium Villanovum, and she was actually doing really, really well. And then I've realized that the self-watering, I kind of did a makeshift self-watering. So what I want to do is I'm going to repurpose hers and just properly put her into one of these. Right now she's just sitting in here because the ceramic pot I bought to use actually was not very waterproof. Anyway, so we're gonna trim her up. She's got a couple dry leaves. I've gotten a little bit lazy on the humidifier because it's like we're getting so close to that point where I can open the windows. I'm like, oh, I don't have to do it today. But I definitely think their lighting is fine. I think I gotta get that humidity going. So we're gonna do this guy, Repot. Recently, you might have seen, we got 2 new Anthuriums. Got the Magnificum and Dark Crystallinum. Look at those. So I want to get, and I have to figure out how to keep the names on these because I won't remember. And the Dark Crystallinum and Crystal Hope. Aren't these beautiful? We got these from, I will put their name below because they are local to us, and these guys are just amazing. We picked these up on our Friday plant haul last week. We were so excited. So while their dirt is probably really, really good, what I really want to do is just get them into pond like all my other Anthuriums, and just, so that's that. I got my little, this is really wet, my variegated Maranta. I have to get all of my Marantas into pond, but look at that pretty new leaf. See that new leaf she's got going on there? Yeah. So I'd like to get her, I don't know what kind of dirt she's in. Like doesn't look terrible, but I'd rather get her put into pond, give her a good start. She's had about a week to acclimate, so I'm comfortable. This is my Mosaica, and I love my Mosaica, and I just feel like she would really benefit from being in pond as well. I think, yeah, I don't think she's going to be too big for these pots, but I just want to get her to thrive. Now that we're coming into the new year, she's getting a little bit of, it's the first crispy leaf I've actually had. So I am going to, yeah, can't help picking at them, right? You see the stuff. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna put her in pond. And then finally, my red Maranta. Look how pretty. She could be growing better. I'm really paranoid. I'm struggling with mealybugs lately, and it's like the first time ever. And I know I keep talking about it recently, but it's really recent for me. And I keep finding them, so every time I see something white on the leaves, I panic. So what I'm gonna do is she's gonna go in pond 2. So what I've got to do is I've got to clean the dirt off of these. I'm not going to make you like watch all of that. I'll either speed it up or just break the video up so that you're not having to sit through me trying to get dirt off the roots. And then we will put it in pond. So if you give me, what did I need? Oh, I need something to put the dirt in. So if you give me 2 minutes, I will be right back and we will get started. Who should we start with? Maybe the Anthuriums. Let's do the Anthuriums first. Okay, 2 minutes. So I'm gonna start with this one first. I'm gonna see if I can transfer the sticker over to, good idea. There we go. I'm just gonna make sure I use that pot. Okay, so if you can see what I'm doing here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is an amazing soil. Like it's beautiful. I don't know if you can see how chunky that is. It's got the cocoa core husks and leca and perlite. And the roots, wait till you see the roots. They're beautiful. See how beautiful that is? Nice and strong and thick. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little afraid to do this because that transformation from soil. But what I will say is my other ones did really well when I transferred them over. I actually didn't see any hiccups, so hoping that's the case. If not, luckily these guys are amazing and I'm sure will help me if I'm in trouble. All right, so I will probably, there's so many chunks. Oh, this is like amazing soil. They're a little damp, so it's sticking a little more than, and I was hoping, but like literally holding on. It's so hilarious. It's like the roots are holding on to those leca balls. Ooh, I got an itchy eye and my hands are dirty. All right, so okay, now we still got chunks. So this is the most tedious part of this whole process. So I think what I'm going to do is do these both, rinse the roots, and then we will get them put into the leca. Look at the roots are just stunning. Let me just finish. I got a couple more pieces here, like just chunks falling out. That's pretty amazing. Who'd have thunk we would have got so excited about dirt and roots, hey? Okay, so I think that's the majority of it. Just a little bit in here. I want to try and get out without hurting the roots. Okay, so yeah, look at those roots. Beautiful. So when I transfer this, oh, there's moss in this too. When I transfer this, I'm gonna rinse the roots, but I'm not gonna go like start like crazy trying to get them perfect. My understanding is the main reason for getting the dirt off before is because the soil can cause, there's a lot of moss on here. Soil can cause rot. So you do want to try and get some off. Some people just say just plant it like right from dirt to right. Oh, that was a root. Oh, got some roots here. Darn it. So there's all different schools of thought. I'm just gonna kind of go with, we're gonna rinse it off as best we can to do as least trauma. Okay, I'm gonna put you right in there so I don't forget which pot you're going into. Yeah, I lost a little bit of root here, but this should be okay. Hope. Okay, where'd the other guy go? Here we go. So then we got this guy. So let's do the same thing with the label. Just gonna put it on here. Oops. Okay. Not very straight, but that's okay. All right, so let's see, this guy's dirt's gonna be the same soil. I don't know, everybody like gets offended when you call it dirt. It's dirt. Substrate. Medium. Who cares? All right. So, ooh. Yeah, this is, okay, I'm not gonna repeat myself. This is a nice mix. I'm just loving it. I might reuse it, don't tell anybody. That's a no-no. But what a shame this would be to like not reuse it. Okay. Ah, they're big. Just massage gently. Yeah, there's tons of moss in here, which is nice because that would hold the moisture. Sorry, just trying to focus on getting this out. It's kind of boring to watch. But I'm also kind of afraid that this one's very much stuck in the roots, so I'm trying to be extra gentle on doing this. And we got moss stuck to the roots. There we go. Almost, sorry, it's hard to do this and talk. Yeah, so I'm really, oh, that was a big chunk. I'm really excited to get these. I really hope they, I don't know about you, but this time of year is tough for me because I get really impatient with the weather now that we're at this point in time because I want to get everything outside and it's just sort of warm enough and then it cools off again. So what I did do though is, I have to show you, we got the gazebo frame up the other day. So that is exciting. And I did take out some of the plants that I took out my 2 Boston ferns. And I found my papyrus was actually covered in mealies. So that one went outside and she's not very happy right now. I'm hoping she'll bounce back with the, as the weather warms up and she gets more sun. It's been so dreary. So I'm hoping that. And then, who else went outside? 3 of my colocaceas. 3 of my colocaceas. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. But anyway, so they're kind of sitting out. The weather's been fine. Like it hasn't gotten so cold. Definitely no frost. It's just colder than they're used to. But I think they're going to bounce back just fine. So I think what I'll do is I will go and wash. I'm really tempted to I'm trying to get all the roots out. There's like little pieces of roots here. Actually, all right. I'm thinking I should do all the dirt and then I can wash them all and we can plant them all. Is that a good plan? I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so now we're gonna do, this is so pretty. That's just dirt. Easy peasy. Definitely needs tiny, oh shoot, tiny roots. Very gentle, very fragile little roots. See that? So I think that one will definitely benefit going into pond. So that's that one. And then I'm scared. She's just starting to do really well. I had her in pretty good dirt, but not as... Tell you, I have put my peace lilies in. I think I mentioned this before, and they are so happy. The one, my oldest one, which is just the green peace lily. I can't remember the name of it. It's not a sensation or anything. It's the, I can't remember. Anyway, I mean, I used to be religious about checking her every couple days. And then I think I got a little bit lazy. She was on my desk. And usually I wasn't just passing by. It was a little harder to get at her. And then all of a sudden it happened like 3 times. I'd look and she's totally drooping. So I thought, you know what? She was doing so well for so long. I don't want her to die because she's gone to the brink and back too many times. And I'll tell you what, since she's been in pond, happy. She's even starting to flower again. So that was a really good decision. And I put my domino, my peace lily domino in, and she's happy too. She was fine before, but she's still quite a bit smaller. I don't know if there's like a ton of dirt left in here or if oh, no, I don't think there's a plug. The infamous plug. Just looks like it's all kind of, let's just see. Kind of. Okay, so she's got some nice roots as well. So we will get her cleaned up. And finally, my red Maranta. I can never say the name of these guys. Like, maybe you can. But I'm still learning to master these. I find they do excellent in the summer. I've managed, because I have the windows open, they're getting humidity, they're getting just the right light. It's an east-facing window. So they're pretty happy there. But then the summer when it dries out. So this year I think the humidifiers really helped. Oh my. These are all sitting up at the top like they took the shape of the pot. And this one might be a little tougher because the roots are so fine. But yeah, anyway, so I mean, these guys have been doing pretty good. I've got a green Maranta, a bigger one that I bought I'm struggling. She's doing well. I mean, I got excited the other day. She looks so perky. But she's I don't know, she keeps yellowing. So she's in a kind of a good spot. It's not a terrible spot. We've got the moisture. I think though I do want to definitely get her into pond, but I think the 6-inch pots that I bought that are like this but bigger, they're not exactly. They're 5, once you get the inside of it, maybe 5.5 inch. Because I want to do my peacock too and my stramanthe. But I think those pots are too small, so I might have to get a couple bigger ones for those guys. All right, yeah, this is gonna be a little tougher than I thought to get this dirt out, so I'm gonna have to take her under the sink. She's like shaped like the pot, top of the pot. It's like the dirt didn't even go down. The roots didn't even go down to the bottom. So because I'm worried about her fine roots, I'm just gonna rinse that off. So I am gonna go now, rinse all of these guys out, put this away, and then we will come back and pot them up. Oh, okay, we are back. Oh, this is gonna be my least favorite part of repotting is cleaning the dirt off the roots. So I will just show you these roots quick before I get started. These are the red Maranta, pretty clean. There's a little bulb there. I gotta look that up because I don't think Marantas have corms. So there's this one, and this little tiny guy, very little roots. So gotta be really super careful. Probably should have waited till it grows, but there's another one coming in. And then this guy here, there's a lot of, looks like a lot of dirt, but I couldn't get, it's like part of the, it's like, it's not excess dirt, like it's almost like staining for the most part, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So, and then this guy, who is the Dark Crystallinum Magnificum, or Magnificum Dark Crystallinum leaves, they're pretty clean. I mean, most of that, there's a lot more moss stuck on than I thought, so he's good to go. And trying to get them to stand up in their pots. And then the Dark Crystallinum Hope, Crystal Hope. Look at it, those are beautiful. Hadn't been like it hadn't been in dirt for a while. So I'm gonna start with these two. Just because they're right here. And a lot of people would say like put them to water first before you go to pond. What I've been doing is really keeping it full so that it's always got the water source. I haven't had any issues. So we'll see. I feel like, yeah, I haven't had any issues transferring them or putting them to from water to pond. It seems like I've had good luck with that. So I just really monitor very closely. And you might get some leaf loss because of the transition, but any kind of trauma is going to do that, right? So I'm not overly concerned about that. Okay, so I put a little bit in the bottom. I'm going to kind of see, because he's got lots of roots. I want to make sure we can get all those roots in. Take that little leaf off. I think I'm going to take that leaf off because it's all browning. And tuck these in. I don't know if this one's big enough. Okay. I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of just press it down there. I wonder if I should go up to the bigger 6-inch pots. Let's try that. Because I feel like I could... Oh, you know what? I think this is going to be okay. I just got to put more pond in. And I'll show you in a sec. All right, so we're just gonna put this in here. I'm a little concerned he's too high. Yeah, you know what? Hang on a minute. Let me go grab one of those other pots. And it's a good thing I'm doing this anyway because I forgot to put the wicks in. So let's just see. This over here for a minute. I'll dump this out. And yeah, what do you think? I think that's gonna be better. It's gonna be better because I can put him a little bit lower. So let's put the wicks in that I keep forgetting for some reason. So this is, you can see there's like 2 holes at the bottom. So we're just gonna put the string through. Put that side through. All right, so now you've got that. So that is what's gonna wick up the water. Now what I like to do is raise them a little bit. So when I'm filling this, I will lift the rope up a tad bit, and I'll show you in a sec. Just so it's a little bit above, a little bit taller in the pot. So you can see how it's kind of above the pond. That way I think it's just kind of like a mid-level fill. And then to help keep this guy, oh, that's so much better. Definitely better. So I'm just gonna, which means I might be doing a few. I have to do something with all of these today though. They're all unrooted. But I was kind of banking on 4-inch. Oh, let's, too high. Kind of bounce that. All right, I'm gonna sit you down. No, I need you more than that. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get him, squish him down lower. I think just putting it in the pond would be so easy. And I think it is. There we go, I think that's much better. So now we're just gonna kind of tap it in because we want to press it down. We want to make sure there is pond around all of the roots, and then I can top it up to cover. See the top piece there? Just a couple more scoops. There, I think. I think that is good. He's pretty sturdy. See, he's not wobbling. And if I've got a little more, I will add it after, but, oh, gotta change the label. It's gonna lose its stick. There we go. There, she looks pretty in that pot, doesn't she? Nice. Okay, so then I might as well do my other guy here. We will do the same thing. Put the wick in the bottom. Find it. And there we go. Okay, so now we're just gonna put some in the base. One little layer over the string. And then grab this beauty. Oh, so pretty. I am so in love with these. I'm just gonna take that leaf off too because it's pretty brown. Like the roots are so thick, they don't really squish into the pot that well. I mean, not that I want to damage squish, but they're not overly pliable, let's say. All right, trying to get you up straight. I'm sorry, I'm being very quiet. I'm a little nervous about the amount. I mean, I can make some more, I have it, but I was hoping this bucket would get me through all of these plants. So what I might not do is do the Villanurvum today. I'll see where I'm at the end. And how much I've got left. Where'd you come from? The root. Okay. So stand her up a little taller. There. I think she's good. She's not too wobbly. I'll probably top her up with a little bit after. So she's good. Yeah, so I've got to, in my office, I've got to get the humidifier going a little bit more. They're actually sitting kind of on a shelf right above. So they've got a grow light. I don't have a cabinet, but they've got a grow light right above. And, what do you call it? The humidifier kind of right below, not obviously directly on them, but close enough that they should be getting a decent amount of humidity. And the other two have been doing really well, so I'm really holding out for that. Okay. Up next, I think I'm gonna do this little guy because where's the little one? I'm gonna do this guy because I really want to get him in. So I'm going to do the same thing. Put the rope in. Actually, let me see something. These ropes are the same size. All right, so same thing. We are going to. It's really hard, you know. Like I'm one that when I'm working, I'm focusing, and I have. You know, I don't even realize that I've stopped talking. I'm just kind of doing my thing. So hopefully I don't do that too much. Okay, so now we've got that. We're just going to put this in the bottom. We're gonna lift the string up a tiny, tiny bit. You can see that's a lot actually. All right, and then we're going to, we're gonna fill this up. He's gonna need a lot. Oh, actually that's probably pretty good. What do you think? Maybe a little bit higher. There we go. Yeah, so I've got a few more pots that I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna have to get more. I know you can makeshift, and I've got a few, but I just found, and they're not terrible, right? I mean, it's expensive to go out and buy these. These ones were relatively cheap, to be honest. I think both sets of 6 were cost me $40, I think. So I don't think that's actually terrible. So I do have a few makeshift, and eventually I'll switch those over because they're fine, right? These guys I really wanted to get in, and basically because we're heading into the real growing season, right? We're coming into spring. I want to trim, but I don't want to trim. Look at the variegation on that leaf. But if I trim the brown off, it'll look a little better. Maybe nobody will notice. I was never good at that in school. Anyway, so yeah, there she is. She's planted nicely. Oh, she's got 2 new leaves coming in. I really hope I didn't disturb them too much. She might get rid of one, but I'm hoping not. So that's my variegated Maranta. All right, so next, I have, who should I do next? I'll do the red. The red, these are so, yeah. And I love to do like, you know, answer your questions type thing. Answer them as best I can. Let me know if that'd be something you'd be interested in. Maybe being able to just have a bit of a chatty repot. I'm actually answering stuff. If I can't answer it, you know what? I'll figure it out. Find the answer for you. But I just feel like that might be a fun way to get to know you guys and try and answer maybe some of your questions. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. Oof. Let's get you guys all up. I think they're ready to... Oh, actually, I'm kind of happy because the pot it was in, he was so spread out. I'm hoping now I can sit him in here and he'll look a little fuller. Except... Anyway, let's get you centered. Center you. Okay. Trying to get enough in so we can stand. I don't know if it'll be center, but so how about you guys? Are you guys getting into that spring repot? Get your plants ready for all the new growth that's coming. I'm actually really excited. I love this time of year. Last year, the amount of growth, even the plants that I didn't take outside, the amount of growth I saw over the summer was just incredible. It's that transition into fall that scares me because they're so used to the beautiful humidity and the warmer temperatures. And as much as I try and keep the house warm and the humidity up, you just can't match the natural. You just can't. So, but you know what? It's still really exciting just to see the growth, and you feel like you're really giving them so much more in the summer, and you're kind of making up for the crappy winter. So here we go. How does that look? A little fuller, a little lopsided. Let's see if I can stand this guy up a little better. Oh, that looks pretty. He's gonna flop. He's gonna flop. Maybe not so bad. Yeah, he's just destined to be on his own over there. But he does look quite nice. We got a new, looks like a flower coming in, a new leaf over here. So hopefully this is good. And you know what? The thing is, when you do these at this time of year, they have so much more time to recover during the growing season than they would, say, if you do them in the winter. And I mean, I don't really say, hey, you know, I can't do this because it's winter, but if you can, I'll do it all year round. That looks so pretty. Doesn't she look? Oh, okay. So red Maranta's done. Anyway, yeah, so going back to summer growth, I've got, so I told you we've got the gazebo frame up. We got to put the top. I did figure out a solution for my shelving because I don't know if you watched my, my transformation video where I did the flower beds on the back. And in that video, I had said, like, yeah, it's going up. But the type of gazebo I got this year is a 4x4 post versus the ones with the, like, corner brackets. And the lucky thing is I kept my corner brackets from my last gazebo. And they fit perfectly on the corners of this gazebo. So we're just going to use probably zip ties because you won't see them anyway. Black zip ties. And then I can have my shelving. I can have my little hooks up in the corners. And I'll show you. I don't know how much I had left before. I did a video in the fall, kind of before I brought everybody in. But it wasn't full swing, right? But in that video, I have, in the four corners, I have these hooks that used to be on my patio or on my front porch banister. So they hook up nicely there, and that's where I put a lot of the shade. My Caladium Linda and I did amazing up there. Even my asparagus fern, because they do get light, but it's not, it's more than natural light. There's definitely no direct sun. So I was super excited about that because I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I got to buy new stuff and I love this plant. I mean, I've been in love with this plant since I got it. Since before I got it. It was on my wish list. Yeah, so that was really exciting. So now I'm getting antsy to actually start taking stuff outside. But I do want to wait for the cover, and I need, this gazebo is quite a bit higher than my last one, so I have to see how the sun is going to sit, like where it's going to be the most dramatic for the plants that need it. Getting pond everywhere. I don't know why I cannot do this stuff neatly. You know, where the shade's gonna sit, that kind of stuff. So, with this, yeah, the gazebo, I knew last year where everything was, but then I would say this gazebo is a good few feet taller, which makes it seem that much bigger. So that's kind of cool. Makes the space feel bigger that you're in. It's not, but I literally live in that over. You'll probably get tons of videos from me outside of the gazebo. So I'm going to get lapel mics because that should help with some of the sound. Even now, I know indoors the quality of my videos, the sound isn't that great, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Oh, she looks pretty in here too, doesn't she? I'm gonna just tap it, make sure we got that. Okay, so I gotta clean up some of these dead stalks and that. Well, they're not dead, they're just the sheaths. But yeah, she looks pretty. Oh my goodness, look at that. She looks bigger, doesn't she? I think she looks bigger. Just look at those leaves. Oh, can you see that mosaic? Okay, and looks like I can do my Velanorum. All right, I'm running out of spots to put these. Oh, actually, I will use this one. Yeah, so I am very excited to get out out in the yard. And actually this weekend, I have a bunch of hostas that are in the, if you saw that video, you saw there's quite a few. I'm going to try digging some of them up because they get so big and so thick and they get destroyed on the walkway and stuff like that. So I have a little side garden that kind of gets not a lot of light. And what I'm going to do is kind of spread them out. I have one hosta that's green and white that doesn't match. Oh my gosh, I can't pull this through. It doesn't really match the other hostas, kind of random. So I might move that over to that side garden, and then individual stalks of the hosta, I'm going to try and put some over in the side garden and fill that space in so it's a little more equal. So I'm looking forward to that. It just hasn't stopped raining. Rain. All right, actually, before, oh, she's heavy because she's really wet. So I don't really want to pour this into, we're going to try and do this neatly. This is me you're talking to. I mean, I can reuse this pond. That's not an issue. I'm not worried about that. It's actually very wet, so it's good. I was trying to see if she hasn't really started any water roots, but she's not rotting at all. There's no, since I transferred her over, she's done really well. Like there's no rot. You know how often when you switch over, so she's really happy about that. So I think what I'll do, try and keep her kind of in the same, get her roots in there. So pretty. Good. Let's see. Make sure she's low enough. Oh, I gotta cut this off. This makes me sad. All right, so now I'm just gonna try and fill it in, move this around. The only thing about these, the one thing I do like is I have these other self-watering pots. There's pros and cons. That I got for Christmas last year, and I like those ones because I can see the the water reservoir so I can always see when they're running low or out of water. Whereas these guys, you have no idea how much water is sitting at the bottom in order to kind of monitor, right? But I think with me, the way I'm looking at it is, to me, pond seems like it's very much like water, right? With nutrients and whatnot in here. But so I don't think you can really overwater because they're growing in pond, they're growing water roots. So typically what I do is every time I'm watering, I will just kind of top it up, especially if the top layer is dry. I haven't had any issues yet. I'm still kind of new to pond, but that's kind of been my way of working with it because yeah, I can't see how much water's in there. So if the top is really dry, 100% I will water it every week. Even if I don't give it like a ton of water, just give it some, right? Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Clean this up. She's so beautiful. I can't wait for her to grow. She actually, what I noticed with both this one and my Forgetii, after I put them in pond about 2 weeks after, literally visually perked up. They visually perked up. And that was so exciting to see. So I'm fully expecting, this should be a minor actually an improvement, but a minor move for this one. We'll get a little bit of, so we're gonna pick up on the humidity in the office so that we can get rid of those browning leaves. This one I'm so happy isn't browned. These little guys have, these are older, like the original, like this is these ones have been I'm assuming this is like the newest leaf. I'm assuming. But it does seem to have a couple trying to come in there. You can see. So yeah, that is my attempt at moving everybody to pond. Sorry, I hope that wasn't boring for you. I do have quite a few, well, what do I have? I have 4 big pots, so I can transfer 4 more and 2 more of these guys left. So that is, and I've got to make more ponds. So we went out, we found suppliers. I don't know if I told you that, if you live in the area. We got, so Lucenza Pond is made up basically of zeolite. Oh, I'm going to forget now. Zeolite, pumice, and lava rock. I think that's right. And zeolite was really difficult, but we did find a supplier in downtown Toronto that we got that and the pumice for a decent price. Actually, I think we got all 3 from the same guy. So that was kind of cool. So we're going to try that out. And then the only other thing that's in, that I understand is in Lucenza versus this is the slow release fertilizer, but a lot of people are saying like it's so minuscule and they'll fertilize anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. And every time I water, I just got oh my goodness, oh, that one from Australia. I'll put the name up, I just blank. As well from one of the ladies that we picked up. What did we pick up from her? Quite a few plants last week, I think. And so I'm excited to be trying that in with these guys as well. But yeah, every time I water, I've got a diluted solution of fertilizer anyway. So they are always getting, for fertilizer when I do add water. So far, so good. So good. She's so pretty. So if I can quickly clean up the disaster I made here, I can put all of our plants in a row so you can get one final look before I say goodbye. So we have the Villanorum, yeah, Anthurium. We have the Mosaica. This is is it Geopersia? Geopersia Mosaica. We have the Magnificum and Dark Crystallinum Anthurium. And we have the Dark Crystallinum and Crystal Hope Anthurium. And you know what's funny? They're so similar. So let me show you real quick. And I noticed this one here. So the Crystal Hope and the Dark Crystallinum. This leaf versus this leaf. Let me see if I can show you properly. I was trying to figure out what the difference was. And this one, to me, well, this is definitely darker, looks like. Although this one's quite dark. But this is longer, more elongated than this one. This one definitely has a bit more of a heart shape to it. I'm guessing, just looking at the two. I mean, they're very, very similar. The veining is a little bit different. And I'm not familiar enough with Anthurium yet to be able to say who's got the what do you call it? More of the genes in it, DNA, whatever. But yeah, so that was one thing I just happened to notice, because this leaf seems quite a bit just longer, and this seems just more rounded, narrower. This guy seems narrower. And finally, oh, we got two more. Hang on. We've got, oh, my beautiful variegated Maranta. Can you see the variegation? Trying to. And my red Maranta over here. The flower coming and the new leaves. And I think I'm really happy that she's a little more. I'm going to try and stand her up a little bit more than that, but I'm really happy. So let me know what you think. Of course, send me any, comments or questions. If you have advice, I'm always happy to hear advice. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great week.